This is eCommerce Uncensored. Brought to you by Fast Forward Unlimited. We're coming to you fully loaded and exposed with all the strategies and techniques for growing your e-commerce business.
Hey everybody, and thanks for joining us on another episode of eCommerce Uncensored. This is episode number 95. My name is Kevin Manel, and I'm here with
Jason Caruso and Paul Chu.
Today's episode. We're going to be talking about a major e-commerce event that's coming up. Do you know what that is, Jason? Do you remember?
Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Black Friday. And I went to Aruba last year during Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Remember that?
Yeah, that was smart. That was a smart move.
Yeah, it was really...
I mean, I was actually thinking about doing something similar this year.
Yeah, just go away.
Yeah.
Luckily, I was able to do more in Aruba than you were to do here. So it was just really kind of worked out.
You got us fired by a client.
What?
Yeah, what?
That didn't happen.
Oh, no, it didn't happen.
That never happens.
No. You didn't come back to one of our clients firing us?
I don't. Oh,
that happened.
Yes, I did.
But that was unrelated to Black Friday.
That was unrelated.
Cool. No. That's not what he said. He said he did more down there. You're right. You did more to screw us up than you did when you're here.
It was actually the client we got back, though.
Right.
And it wasn't an e-commerce client, so.
No, that's not what you said. You didn't say I did more e-commerce work down there than you did. You said,
all right.
I did more than you down there than you did up here. And I said, no, you didn't. You managed to get us fired from a client who came back to us a couple weeks later. Anyway,
back on topic.
Yeah,
we want to talk to you
got going on?
Some Black Friday, Cyber Monday things that just came up around here that we wanted to chat with you guys about.
Yeah, I mean, it's, it's Q4, fourth quarter, and everybody's thinking about making money. And, people are really hot at this time for buying, right?
People are in that mindset. They're ready to go. They're waiting.
That dopamine is going.
Yeah, it is. It's ready.
Yeah. So we're going to talk.
Certainly my wife, for sure. The trampolines that I have to buy. And
the shopping
tendencies. I wish that it was only Black Friday and Cyber Monday that my wife was in the dopamine. But it seems like there's
all year
Amazon packages at my front door every single day. Multiple, not just one. If it was one, I'd be like, all right, I get it. It's like 3 or 4 days. I said, what the hell are you doing? Well, they're only $5. Well, yeah, 5 times 100 is 500. Do you know how to do math? That's what it is.
It's really interesting though that you just have this. Even though like a lot of times these deals and these offers come throughout the entire year, but people just get in that mood of buying. And I know it's the holidays and stuff, but it's really crazy.
They actually say the best time to buy is like the week or weekend before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best deals.
Really?
Yeah.
That last minute?
That's the best deals. Just like flying 7 days before you leave is the best time. My wife, when we went to Disney, it was
to buy the tickets.
Yeah. She went a year in advance and bought the tickets. I'm like, you're going to pay the most money right now.
Yeah, because they're trying to get rid of the seats last minute.
Exactly. So, but yeah, so this is actually, I think, going to be pretty interesting because there's going to be some twists to sort of this that I think that may or may not get people a little surprised. Or
we have a stat boy. We have a paper full of stats that we haven't
we're
looked
looking at
yet.
stats. I can't see because I don't have my glasses on.
Oh my god!
But it looks good.
But first, let's talk about our sponsor.
Yeah, but first let's talk about Klaviyo. We, if you're running a e-commerce store, it's funny. We just spoke with a prospect today, right? We spoke about them last episode, and we're talking to them for them to hire us to help them with their e-commerce store, and we're talking about how we're gonna like scale this thing and like how we're gonna bring this like from conception to like blowing up, and everybody thinks about the front end, like, oh, let's make the website look pretty, but really, it's the back end is where you make the money, right? It's the same thing with advertising. People are like, oh, I'm going to spend $1 million today, and then I'm going to make $20 million. Well, no, that's actually not how it works. If you could just break even with your paid advertising, you can not have a budget and make acquire as many customers as you want. And the key to that, or I shouldn't say key, but one of the big keys to that is your back end email. There's obviously post-purchase funnels that play a big part of it as well. But your email is the tool that helps you increase that average order value or gets them to come back and buy again. Those, email is so important. And, I think one piece that people miss with email, it's just not email. Like everybody's like, subject line, open rate. Let me get my open rate to 1 million. And then all of a sudden I'll make, and it's not just that, like click-throughs and open rate. It's not just that. It's having data on these people to know what they are worth to your business over a certain amount of time. If you know someone is worth $500 to you over 1 year, you can spend $250 acquiring that customer and you're going to be profitable at the end of the year, right? But people don't realize that there's like this whole other side to it. Like when they get into this business, it's always like front end. Oh, I'm going to run Facebook ads. I'm going to run Google ads. I'm going to make all this money. Like, no, that's it. Actually, it's kind of like the opposite way. And Klaviyo, our partner, is one of the best platforms for that sort of information. And for those of you who are signing up through our affiliate link, it's awesome. We get emails all the time telling us. And if you're using email and it's not Klaviyo, right now go to eCommerceUncensored.com/email. You can sign up to Klaviyo for free for your first 250 contacts. And I promise you, if you're making sales on your website, Klaviyo will help you just magnify that, 10x it, 5x it, whatever. It will make you money.
Well, it just makes it all so clear, because I think, as we, talk to different clients, they're always talking about ROI and what's my ROI on email, what's my ROI on Facebook, what's my ROI on Google ads. It's like, this is where Klaviyo comes in and just makes the clear picture of what's working and what's not working.
In fact, one of our clients, before we got on Klaviyo, they had no idea the amount of money we were making them through email. And then we connected Klaviyo to and now all of a sudden they see everything.
Yeah.
It's and it's really helped. So eCommerceUncensored.com/email. While you're at it, go to eCommerceUncensored.com/Facebook, join our Facebook group, and you can talk to us directly.
Yeah, and I think the whole Klaviyo talk that we just had ties in kind of perfectly with this Black Friday, Cyber Monday thing, because I think it's a vital piece that people miss when they come out with these Black Friday, Cyber Monday offers. Like we just talked about this. It's so much more about that first, sale that you give someone on Black Friday or Cyber Monday.
Offer the first,
the first offer you give them.
Yeah, and excuse me. That's like a big piece too, right? Getting into the episode now, right? You're discounting things, right? Like when people are expecting to get discounts, right? So like we talk about Walmart, they give you 50% off a TV, right? That's not where they make their money. They're probably losing some money bringing you in, giving you a deep discount like that. But when they sell you the HDMI cable, pure profit. When they sell you the stand, pure profit. Or the wall mount, pure profit.
Yeah, and I think it's such a clear misconception that companies have that, Black Friday, Cyber Monday's coming up. Like, I'm going to make a ton of money because people are just going to buy from me just because I'm giving them a special offer. But you don't make it there. It's all about post-purchase upsells. Email, abandoned cart emails is like, you got to make sure that you have these things in place if you're going to go through with a grand strategy like this.
They all have to be working together. For example, some people are not going to buy when they first see your offer. It doesn't matter how good it is. But if they get on your email list and you start shooting them emails, maybe they will. We actually had a client today. We created a retarget ad on Google. They came to the website. We retargeted them on Google, and they signed up to be a customer, for this particular client, it was a lead. And their leads, I mean, their product is $80,000. It's a software.
Right.
So, having this system working in place is really like just having one piece. You're not going to make money just by running Facebook ads.
And you are going to acquire customers. Like we talked about this before the podcast. Is like, you're not going to see, and there are some, cases that you are going to make a big profit on a Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale, but it's more about like a customer acquisition strategy and what's going to get that customer, if they're new, to take out their wallet and actually create that relationship with you as a customer.
Yeah, and that's a good point, because this sheet that I'm looking at here, I don't know.
Need me to help you read it, or?
Yeah, but I don't know where it came from, but it basically is saying that 64% of retailers, shoppers acquired during Black Friday, Cyber Monday have a lower lifetime value than shoppers acquired any other time of the year. So basically what that's saying is you're bringing in people who are looking for sales. And over a time period, they're not as valuable to your company as somebody who buys any other day. And it makes sense. If you're just sticking a deal in front of somebody, they're just like buying off of that dopamine, right? They're like so excited, And that's why having that post-purchase funnel is so important, because you may never get them back again.
Yeah.
Right? You need to take as much money out of their pockets as you possibly can from that initial sale. So
in that moment that they have that dopamine flowing, that they want to buy from you.
Right. And then
they're asking you, they're kind of like just fiending for it at that point.
And that's where like a post-purchase upsell.
It's not easy to say post-purchase upsell.
It's not.
It's a tongue twister.
We got to work on that.
Especially when guys that have grades like ours in college. But it's definitely, you have to squeeze. Now, if you read what this says, it says, lifetime value, right? So lifetime value could be over a year. That doesn't mean that over the next couple of days with your email,
right,
that you couldn't get them to buy something else, right? Like, so we talk about this a lot. Like, you're buying a TV on my website. Well, something you should offer them after they make a purchase is an HDMI cable. It goes with the product, right? They may or may not have one, or a wall mount, right? These are all things that you've acquired the customer already. You've paid them, right? Like when you give 50% off, that 50% that you took off the product, that's your cost of acquisition, minus or plus the paid,
right? The paid costs,
wherever the paid costs are. But if you can suck as much money out of them, so like let's say your normal customer is worth $200 to you over a year. If you can bring someone through a funnel and get like 180 from them, and they never come back, or even 200 in that funnel, doesn't matter if they come back or not. That lifetime value is acquired in that first purchase.
Right. So after they buy, while they're in the checkout process, they've already given your credit card. They've already bought that first thing that you've given this huge discount to. Try to hit them right there, right after. Offer them something comparable to that product, or even if you can, the same product. Double your order for X amount of dollars.
Depends if you're doing like an ingestible or like a cosmetic, like something where it runs out after a certain amount of time. Those work the best, giving the same product to them. But like the secret really is to get products that complement what they purchased, right? Like you buy a sneaker, whether it's laces or something to clean them, or you buy a car and they want to sell you all these other things, you want rims, they're $2,000. Oh, you want these special tires? Oh, they're $500. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're basically, you've already, put your hand up and said, hey, I want a car. But now they're like, hey, what about this? And you ever notice when you go buy a car, my budget's $400 a month. But you know what you can get for $425? You can get.
They never come back and say, okay, it'll be $398.
Right.
If that's it. They never say that.
So they're doing the same thing to you.
Yeah.
And, McDonald's, would you like, some fries with that? Whatever.
Well, I thought this other point too, and these are actually from Shopify. You probably can't see this. Shopify, right? Shopify.com. Albert, that's your name, right? How, after they buy that first purchase, the chances of them buying again is 27%. But after you've gotten them to buy for a second time, the percentage of them buying a third time jumps up to 45%. Yeah. So if you can get them to buy that second time, your percentages go up so high of actually getting them to buy again.
Yeah, and that's important because you are plucking the people who really are good customers, right? Because, I think, there are some places that I buy that I won't buy unless I get a discount. But when it comes to like golf stuff, like I'll just spend
Right? Full price.
Right, but like if I go get like a coat somewhere, I'm unless I get a deal, like I'll just keep the ones I have, So just because somebody's not a good customer or they're going after an offer today doesn't mean that somewhere else they're not gonna be a good customer. So, I like deals doesn't mean that I'm not a good customer.
Won't be a returning customer.
Right, doesn't mean so you got to be able to do that, and that's kind of how that whole ecosystem of email and upsells and cross sells and downsells and all these other, means of taking more money from these, and earning more money, however you want to put it, from these people is so important, because the hardest part is getting someone to trust you. One thing that I don't know about you guys, and nothing against Amazon, but I'm finding the less and less appealing Amazon is for me to buy. Like, their cheaper products are not cheaper.
No, they're not.
They're a lot more expensive than if you go somewhere else.
I think it just makes it's an easy place to go because they're just going to have everything. And I think that's the only reason why I go there.
And shipping.
To save time.
2-day shipping.
But I
So
never
fast.
buy something of quality there, ever.
Yeah.
I'll buy markers for a whiteboard, or we'll buy, like something that just needs to get here fast, Like I bought, I wanted to take my sugar of my blood. I'd buy that there. But I'm not buying a golf club from Amazon. I'm not buying, something that's really worth something.
Their brand, though, is doing pretty well. Like, it is cheaper stuff, but the Amazon Basics brand, I think some people are preferring over Target or Walmart brands. So, in a sense of, in more inexpensive products, I think they are.
It's so funny you say
well.
that, because we've spoken about this a couple years ago, I think, about, people not realizing that Amazon has all your data, and when they see that your product is selling, they just go make it themselves, and they put you out of business.
Someone selling on Amazon, you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, like wire. Like, I think wires is classic. Like plugs, chargers. They sell chargers. Just all they do is put a little tip on the end of the charger that says Amazon on it, and it changes everything. And then they've stolen a bunch of customers from people who are actually trying to do it on their own.
Yeah, I mean, they take the data of, and that's why people always say, when you do too well on Amazon, you got to be careful, because they're going to then just replicate. Now, there are some products you can't. Like, when you're a branded product, they can't do anything about that. You know what I mean? Like, people are going to buy the brand, like Polo or Nike. I mean, obviously they can't knock that stuff off.
And does Amazon do big Black Friday, Cyber Monday stuff? Like, I haven't seen a lot about it. Like, I know they do their Prime Day, where that's another thing. They put you in that mode, that same kind of feeling that you get on Black Friday, Cyber Monday. They just picked a day and said, we're going to have Prime Day. And they get that dopamine going for you, and then they just exploit it. And the things that they do, you should be doing the same kinds of things, because those tools are out there for you to use and take advantage of that.
Their market is the person who wants to save money, though, even though they don't realize that they're not saving money.
Yeah.
I mean, I always first look on Amazon, and then I'll search Google and see what it really costs. Because, like B&H Photo, they have stuff as cheap or cheaper than Amazon.
We bought these microphones from B&H.
Right. Because Amazon, they were $80 a pop, and we got them for like $60 or $50, $55 or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and if you guys want to do a podcast, these are the
ATR 2100.
Yeah.
They were my choice of microphones.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
You're so full of shit. These are.
We got these Amazon cameras rolling too.
Yeah.
High quality.
Yeah, high quality. They don't even stay on more than 5 minutes.
Well, if our if our engineer knew to put the SD card in the thing.
Well, my point was, if you want,
he's not even able to defend himself. He's just standing on the side.
My point is that if you want to start a podcast and you want to get mics that actually sound like $300 mics, these Audio Technica ATR 2100s, they are so good and they're very inexpensive. It's well worth it.
Going on sale on Black Friday. Go get them.
Yes. And you know, it's the same thing. Like Best Buy, like these places, like they do deep discounts. They just want to get you in the door, and then they start selling. And you know, it's even crazier. Some of these places, right? They get you in the door, and what do they try to do? Sell you like monthly subscriptions. Like, oh, why don't you get on our credit card? It's a monthly subscription.
Well, how do you think Amazon got everybody to have on Prime, or to sign up for their Audible, or to sign up for Prime TV and all that shit? It's through, before you check out, sometimes it asks you about Prime. Or not Prime TV or Prime subscription or Audible, all those things.
I'm on Prime, and it still does that to me sometimes.
Yeah, so they're not making any money on their little trinket thing. They're making money on the Prime subscription or the Audible subscription or the TV subscription that they got going on. That's where all the money comes from.
Right, and then if you ever notice, like the product that you buy is usually like the cost of shipping, the difference. So like they work the shipping into it, and then they charge you Prime.
Yeah,
it's just, look, it's smart, but you know, I just don't know how long, you know, it's gonna go on like this.
Well, I think, the point of this episode is to make sure if you're gonna do you all right? Sweaty ears.
No, my ear, they like hurt.
Yeah, they put pressure on your ears sometimes.
If you're going to do Black Friday, Cyber Monday, coming up next week,
which you
definitely should, make sure it's not just one level of, I'm going to send an email out to my customers, or I'm going to do a Facebook ad to my customers, giving them 50% off or 25% off or whatever it may be. Make sure you have all the pieces in place for people who don't buy the first time they see you. Get your browse abandonment cart going. Browse abandonment. Browse abandonment cart. Browse abandonment email sequence is going. Your cart abandonment.
Well, not everybody can do browse abandonment. Klaviyo can. That's behavioral based email.
Well, people need to sign up for Klaviyo. What's the problem?
Facebook. eCommerce.com/email. And you know, it's funny because before I got into this whole e-commerce thing, right? Like I always wonder, like, if they could sell the TV at 50% off on Black Friday, why don't they do it all year? Because
it's not profitable.
Well, because they're not trying to be.
Yeah.
They're okay, right? Like, and people don't see it this way. They know what it costs to acquire a customer. That's built into what they're giving you, right? Like, if what was that?
I don't know. Nothing. I made a mouth movement, but nothing came out.
So they've worked that in. Like, they know what it costs them their company to acquire a customer. They use that percentage off the product as the cost of acquisition, and then they get you to buy other shit.
Yeah, I mean, just look at, we talk about HDMI cable, offering you an HDMI cable after you buy that, 50% off TV. Just go on Amazon and look at how much an actual HDMI cable should cost. Because if you go to Best Buy, what are you going to buy, a $60 HDMI cable?
Right.
That's where they make their money. It probably costs them like $0.25 to make it.
Right, but nobody thinks about it because it's like, I got a TV, I need an HDMI cable. You know what I mean? So, you got to look at your store and not just think about front end. Everybody falls in love with front end. Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And really the money's made on the back end. I mean, I could show screenshots of our email and how much more money it makes than the front end stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. So,
cool. Is that all?
That's it for me.
So, guys, don't forget to head over to ecommerceuncensored.com/email. Thank you, Jason. To sign up for Klaviyo's free account. You can start doing this stuff right away and start doing it now so you can get it in place for Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Yeah, don't wait. Go there now, sign up, man. It will really change your business.
And then after you sign up for Klaviyo, sign up for our Facebook group so you can ask us questions. You can start talking with other e-commerce owners, and you can start learning from them. You can learn from us. We can learn from you. All that great stuff.
Yeah, and make sure you ask us because we're not good at just asking.
And that's ecommerceuncensored.com/Facebook.
That's it.
So that's
Wait, after that, if you're an avid listener, go leave us a review.
Yes.
On iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, wherever you listen to us.
Yeah, that'd be great. I need reviews for my ego because I get very sad when I don't see any reviews. And we're kind of stuck. We flatlined on reviews.
It's been a while.
So go do it.
All right.
We should create a landing page for reviews. to send everybody to iTunes or something.
And then do what?
Anyway, send them so we can tell them, go here and leave a review. Make it easy for everybody. Anyway, okay, guys, that's been episode number 95. You can always check us out at eCommerceUncensored.com, and we'll talk to you guys real soon.
Later.
See ya.